I got a call last week from a potential customer who was struggling to sign up their own clients for their own business. And once we dug into what it was that they were doing to try and acquire new customers, what I quickly realized was that their methods were out of date. So what we're going to be covering in this video is a strategy that I use myself and I use for my customers on how you can acquire new customers for your service-based business. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Tristan. I have a digital marketing company based in the UK, and what we do is we help small to medium-sized businesses grow online. Now, I love putting out this content. I love being able to positively help and impact other business owners. So if you do find this valuable, I'd really appreciate it if you do hit that subscribe button. All right, let's go. So what I've got here is a strategy listed out, okay? And then what we're going to do is run through it step by step and just show you how you could potentially implement this and what areas that you should focus on in your business to get the most out of it and start acquiring new customers within 2022. Now, ultimately, a lot of things have changed over the past couple of years. We've just had a pandemic. And so things are very, very different on the online space and the way that you do acquire customers, right? So you are going to find this valuable. Now, it's really raw. I've just got all my notes down on paper, but you're still going to find this super valuable. I guarantee it. All right. So the best strategy for service-based businesses to grow in 2022, that's what we're going to be talking about here. But before we get into that, why should you trust me? Now, some of you may already know me, but some of you may not. Now, ultimately, I'm not claiming to be a guru. What I'm sharing with you here is a strategy that we've implemented into our own business to just take us way past the six-figure mark, and what we are also implementing for our customers, and it's working very, very well for them. Okay, so you're free to implement this, you're free to just take inspiration, or you're free to leave. But ultimately, I'm not telling you this is what you have to do. I'm just sharing with you what is working for us, and hopefully it can work for you too. So why should you trust me? All right. Now, I've spent countless hours learning from some of the best in the digital online space. Okay, I've invested thousands in multiple different courses, getting mentors, and I've managed to just take a lot of different people's ideas, experience, and combine them with my own. And I found something that I believe really, really works. Okay, I'm still very much in the trenches. Like, I practice what I preach. Okay, I'm running my own agency still. Okay, there's a lot of agency owners or online gurus that claim that they can help you, but they're actually not doing anything themselves. They're kind of just like the puppet master, which is fine. You do need to be up to date with evolving strategies. So because I'm always in the trenches, I am always up to date with evolving strategies, and I focus on things that actually work and not what archaic agencies recommend that you do, and implementing things that worked 5 years ago. Nobody wants to be doing that. Okay, I've also been in your position. I know what it's like to not be able to acquire new customers. When I started my agency, I knew how to build websites. That was my core skill, but I had no idea how to sign up business. Okay, I was really struggling to make money, and it's so painful, it's so stressful. I've now managed to build a successful six-figure service-based business, while maintaining strong profit margins and implementing a very agile team. Okay, so I believe that I have a pretty good business. I've worked with many different people and businesses to help solve a very common problem, and that common problem is attracting more customers, while you as a director or CEO can focus on the more important things like business operations. Now, more importantly, we are generating organic, free, and paid client leads for our customers. And we're managing to average 49 leads within the first month. Okay, that's just an average. So there's some customers that sit below that, and there's other customers that sit way above that. Okay, it's 49 is the average. So imagine what 49 leads in 30 days would do for your business. Okay, so that's why I believe that you should listen to what I have to say here. Now, why am I sharing this content with you? Honestly, I'm fed up with other companies ripping people off and literally doing the bare minimum just to get a paycheck. Right? They tie you into lengthy contracts to, not do what they said that they're going to do, what you as a business owner need them to do. Okay, that happens far too often, and I'm getting fed up with it. Now, I also see other companies and online gurus offering strategies or even courses, let's say, that once worked, but they just won't cut it these days. Okay, consumer behaviors have changed. As I said, we've just come out of the back of a pandemic, and many companies that say that they can help you, right? They just can't, right? Forgot to put that in, but they just can't. Okay. Now, another reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I really enjoy helping people. Okay, and I like being partly responsible for their success. Okay, that's selfish. All right, but I'm proud to say that I take I get a buzz out of seeing other people succeed, and if I've been partly responsible for helping them get to where they want to be, like, I love that. And my goal here is to just share as much information with you for free, like to help you realize like what you need to do and hopefully set you on the right path to success. Okay. So as I said earlier, we are running through this step by step. I'm just sharing with you the strategies that we've implemented for our clients and areas that I recommend that you should focus on. And we're just going to break it down. Now, before we do get into that, first things first, okay, before you can even think about diving into this, you need to have a few things fixed within your business. So you need to have a good customer service. Like, that's super, super important. You don't want to be signing up customers, have a poor experience, and then they never return. They badly word of mouth you. Okay, so you're not going to get new referrals. You also need to have an attractive offer. You need to have something that people need. Okay, they not what they want, it's something that they need. Okay, so you need to be answering like a painful problem. So like, if you're a dentist, typically people are going to be coming to you because they've got toothache, that's painful, like that's physically painful. But if you can tap into like an emotional side, emotional pain as well, then that is going to be beneficial for you. So for example, our offer at the moment is like we can acquire 49 leads on average within the first 30 days. So by leads, we mean sales opportunities for businesses that we're working with to sign up new customers and make more money within their business. Okay, that's what we are classing as our attractive offer. Your service also needs to solve a problem. Okay, so again, for us, for example, you're watching this video because you are looking to be able to sign up new customers and you have no idea how to do that. Okay, so that's what we are looking to solve. You need to be open-minded to the way that you currently do things. Okay, we've tried working with people before who are a little bit stuck in their ways, not open to change, and so they just don't get the results that they're hoping for because they believe that they're better at doing what they're originally doing than being receptive to change and doing things the way that they should be done in 2022 and beyond. All right, so yeah, first things first, make sure that you've got all of these fixed within your business. Okay, the first thing that you need to focus on is owning an unbeatable marketing machine. All right, other agencies just churn out website after website with the sole intention to make them look pretty, and often they become clunky with performance issues later down the line. And don't worry, I get it. Like, although we want to have a website that looks good, it's actually not the main purpose of your shopfront. All right, like a shopfront, your website is a tool. Like, it needs to attract your ideal customer and then take them on a journey to build trust, give them confidence to then purchase from you. Okay, that's what a marketing machine should do. That's what your website should do. Now, our goal is to help businesses have a marketing machine that doesn't break the bank. Okay, there's no reason why your website needs to be all singing and all dancing. Okay, it doesn't need to be expensive, it just needs to serve a purpose. We like to be able to provide websites that don't break the bank, that produces genuine customer inquiries, and that you can actually update as the website owner without having to touch any code. Okay, that's what we believe that you should do. That's what you should be striving for with your website. You need to be thinking about a website as a marketing machine. Okay, your marketing machine should not cause you headaches. Okay, it shouldn't become out of date. It shouldn't break. You should never be working hard or paying to send people to your website for it to just be broken or offline or something else. So it's really important that you do have someone that's able to maintain your site. All right, and I've got here a car analogy. So what I mean by this is a lot of people will buy a website. Okay, it won't work in the way that they hoped it would. It won't. It's not able to convert customers because it's not been set up in the right way. It's not been designed in the right way. It's been designed by someone who purely focuses on the aesthetics rather than the actual function of the website. Not only that, they then never touch it. They never maintain it. They never update it. Okay, and the car analogy is essentially you wouldn't buy a car from a garage or a car dealership, drive it off the forecourt, and then never do anything with it. Okay, you have to service a car. If you're in the UK, you have to, give it an MOT certificate. Okay, make sure it's safe. You need to put fuel in it. Okay, you clean it. All of those things. Okay, so why do businesses not do that with their website? All right, that's why it's really important to make sure that your marketing machine is well oiled and is working well. All right, to have a marketing machine that converts, you need to make sure it's designed to guide users from A to B, with the least amount of friction. Okay, and you can do that with an appropriately placed call to action, copywriting, and attractive images. So maybe go away and have a look at your website and check how many clicks is it taking you for you to get from the homepage to where you want them to be, to submit an inquiry? How easy is it to find information about how you've helped people? Is your copywriting clear? Is your service offering clear? Are your images attractive? Go and have a look at all of that. Okay, so the next part of this strategy is you've got your marketing machine. Okay, you then need to know how to profit now and later. All right. So businesses that pay experts money to generate new inquiries, they do not want to wait months to receive their very first call or email, all right, and nor should you have to. Okay, and there's a saying in business, all right, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and that goes for growth, and that is true. But think about this, what if you had the capability to sprint the first half of your marathon, while others are just simply running? You'd come first, wouldn't you? You need to be thinking short term and long term. Okay, your main aim as a business owner is to be noticed in a very competitive market while effortlessly building trust with your new customers to form long-term relationships. All right, and now to do this, you don't want to spend all of your resources on Facebook or Instagram posts like many other companies recommend. Okay, that is not going to push the needle forward. Although it's beneficial and it should be utilized as a wider part of your marketing strategy, relying purely on social organic posting isn't going to generate you customers. All right, what is having a proven acceleration strategy. Right, so sprinting your marathon. Having a proven acceleration strategy, it will allow you to get new sales opportunities literally within the first 7 days. With the strategy that we're implementing, we've seen customers get leads within the first 1 to 2 days. Okay, a rapid acceleration system that generates new customers does work really, really, really effectively. Okay, and the way that you do this is you do this with paid ads. Okay, and I know paid ads has a bad reputation at the moment, and maybe you've had a bad experience with paid ads, but if it's done correctly, it really does work. So I've got here, however, you need to be careful. Okay, based on what I've just said, you need to be careful that you're not just throwing money at advertisement platforms without knowing what you're doing, because these advertisement companies, they'll happily burn your money. Okay, they don't care. They claim to care, and you might get a call from Facebook or Google or a LinkedIn rep saying that we can help you with your ads. But what they're looking to do is just, spend your money, all right? They're a business at the end of the day. Now, additionally, you can't just focus on ads. You can't just rely on paid ads alone, especially when it comes to the long term. It's great that ads generate customers, but ideally you don't want to always be putting money into your ads machine to generate customers, okay? You want to kind of offset that with an organic approach. Okay, you need to ensure that you are able to continue generating leads and inquiries into your business, not just immediately, but for the next 12 months and beyond. Eventually, with not having to spend thousands of pounds on advertisement. Okay, now here's 68. Now I've got a stat here: 68% of all online searches start with a search engine. So, it really makes sense to be at the front and center when your customers are looking for what you offer. So you've probably heard of search engine optimization. That's essentially the practice of getting your website to rank higher on Google. And the purpose of that is that you can generate eyeballs onto your site for free for the long term, over the long term. Okay, you're not having to pay for that traffic. Yes, you've had to pay to get your site up there, but once it's up there, it should stay there. Okay, it's like when you go to the gym, you diet, you train really hard. Over 3, 6, 9 months, you're going to be in pretty good shape. If you just stop going to the gym, you're not going to be immediately out of shape. That's kind of how SEO works. Once you put in the groundwork and you work hard to get yourself up there, you can stay up there. Okay, it just requires very minimal sort of tweaking and maintenance, and you can stay up there, and you can replace all of your ad traffic with organic traffic. Okay, so combining both an ads and an organic long-term strategy will not only make you money now, but it will also make you money in 6, 12, 14 plus months without the need for ads. Okay, so that's the whole purpose here. As a strategy, you need to focus on profiting now in the short term, and you need to be able to profit in the long term in the most cost-effective way. Now, the next part of the strategy is unleashing the salesman or the saleswoman that you never knew existed. Okay, now this isn't really a marketing strategy, but it's such a key fundamental point to every single business. Now, let's be honest, 99% of you watching this will not have worked in a sales-based role previously, and therefore you just don't have a clue about sales, right? And maybe it even scares you. No, perhaps sales scares you. I get it. It did for me for a long time as well, until I managed to change my frame of mind. Now, one thing to just note here, I don't come from a sales-based background. This is absolutely one of the reasons why I was not able to sign up new customers when starting my business, because first of all, I wasn't doing the things that I should be doing to drum up and acquire new interest. But once I had a rare conversation with a potential new customer, I wouldn't know what to say to them. I wouldn't know what to ask them. I wouldn't know how to, get them to cross the line. One of the problems here is like there's loads of different sales techniques that you could try, but I want you to remember this. If you just remember that you're simply talking to another human being, right? They're like you. Like they have a problem and it needs solving, okay? But you have the solution to that problem. All right, and I've got a breakdown here of like how a typical sales conversation would go. Okay, they have a painful problem, they share with you what challenges they are facing. Okay, that's really important. You then understand their problem because they've shared it with you, and you understand their niche because they've shared it with you, or you've had experience working with that niche before. You have the perfect solution for them. You tell them your solution and how it will make their life and their business better, and then you offer to fix it. Once you've offered to fix it, they say yes, you both form a partnership, right? That's the crux of it. Like, it's really not that difficult. So when you put it like that, sales is not a very scary thing. I think the problem is with the word sales, that's what's scary. So if you reframe it, I used to call it discovery calls because I was discovering more about the customer and what their problems were. Then I would see if my solution was the right fit for them. If it is, great. If it's not, move on to the next one. You can't expect to close every single deal because not every customer is going to be right for you. All right? But if you have a stream of customers coming in because you've taken care of these first two parts of this strategy, it doesn't matter if you're able to close every single deal or not. The one thing I found, and one thing I say to our customers, is by not trying to sell, like you'll have a much better chance of selling your services, like no matter what niche you're in. Right, by not trying to sell, by not being that pushy salesman. Now, the final part to this strategy is content creation. Right, this is a big one, and this is very new. Well, I say new. It's very relevant for now, for 2022. Content creation, or becoming an authoritative figure. Now, a few years ago, I recall being told that creating content while trying to grow your business was a waste of time. It was actually a friend of mine's like, why are you wasting your time on content when you've got a business that is essentially not where you want it to be and you need to grow that? But in reality, I really not only enjoyed creating it, like the content, I wanted to share it with others. And if I truly believed what my friend was telling me and stopped, I would not be where I am today. Right? So the thing is, with so much business competition in 2022, it really is important to stand out. Right? But how do you do this when in reality your services, your offering, your expertise is exactly the same as everybody else in your space? How do you stand out? And the way that you do this is by doing things differently. Okay, you get people to notice you, you get people to like you, you get people to trust you. And a great way to do this is by creating content. The more content you're able to create and share your experience, everything that's in your head, you share that with others, you will then become an authoritative figure within your space. Honestly, it's one of the best things that I've done for my own business. Like, one of the best things I've done is post on YouTube and other social platforms. I've been able to generate new business by way of these platforms, by sharing my content and my experience and helping others. Because ultimately, if you're able to help others, like I'm trying to help you now, when they get to a point where they need help, they're going to come to you. At least, that's typically how it works. Now, everyone watching this right now, I recommend that you start content creation in a way that's just a tiny bit uncomfortable. All right. Now, what do I mean with that? I don't want you creating content that is well out of your depth and just maybe won't work for you, but you just need it to be just a little bit out of your comfort zone, a little bit out of your depth, okay? Because that's going to help you build the confidence, and over time, if you're down here, you're going to end up here, okay? Over time, you're going to get better at creating content. You're going to be more comfortable with the way that you present, with the way that you say things. You're going to become more knowledgeable in your field. You're going to have a lot of information and experience to share. So that is essentially the strategy. I've really narrowed this down into 4 key areas. So we've got making sure that you have an effective marketing machine online, aka your website. Make sure your website is doing what it needs to do. You need to know how to profit now, so how to generate customer inquiries now and in the long term without having to blast money on ads in say 12 months time. You also need to understand how to best sell. Okay, how can you sell yourself? How can you sell your services? How can you share with a potential customer how you're able to fix their problems? And then finally, we've got content creation or becoming an authoritative figure. Focus on these 4 things within 2022 and beyond, and honestly, your business is going to grow. So there we go. Hopefully you found that strategy valuable. And if you do have any questions, please do let me know down in the comments. I'd love to be able to help you or clarify any areas. But these are the 4 key areas that we are focusing on as a business. And also we are recommending our customers to focus on it as well. You know, we are taking care of a lot of the work for them. We're helping them generate new customer inquiries. We're training them with sales. We are building them a conversion mechanism or conversion machine, aka a website. And we're guiding them with content creation. So if you feel like you need any help with any of that, then please do get in touch. I'd love to be able to help you. Now, if you found that valuable, please do smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Also, we're trying to get the subscriber count slightly higher, so please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And there's more videos popping up on the screen right now, which you're going to find beneficial as well. So make sure that you go and check either one of those out. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.